Hello, dear listeners, and welcome to the Random Couch Talk with Lifestyle Glitz. And we have two guests on this program today. One is Omer from our previous podcast, and for those people who had listened to it, it's just a brief reminder of what the discussion was. Omer shared his anxiety problems with us, and towards the end of the podcast, I suggested making him speak to someone on our show to help him out. So today we have Dr. Saima on the show with Umar. Welcome, Dr. Saima.
Thank you. Thank you,
And
Mona.
Umar, you do the show again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so I think I will start with letting Umar share his concerns and what he wants answers for from our doctor on the show.
Okay.
Well, first of all, I will start by saying that I have this issue that whatever I'm starting to do, I start feel anxiety. And to begin with, like 4 years back, when I had this anxiety issue, I was into many phases. My I was unable to communicate with people. I was unable to be assertive. I was into the family pressure. I was into peer pressure, and that and many other factors that caused me to outburst my chemicals in brain that my psychiatrist said that I will be needing medicine to get myself cured. So ever since that, I have been very much like having a distorted personality, distorted thought process, and I would really like to know that what in this situation, what a person like me, how can I rebuild my life? How can I live in Pakistan, especially, or how do I adjust to the culture? And how do I start living again and find the right career for me? I mean, what is the right career for a guy like me? And that's for the start. This is what I want to ask.
Okay,
Okay,
doctor.
first, yeah, you are on treatment for a bipolar disorders essentially, and it's under control for you to accept that yes, there is a problem, and you're looking for the solution. That's a very good start. That's a very good start, because the first step usually is to acknowledge that yes, there is a problem, and it's a medical problem. So this is a good start. Now from what your conversation, even the podcast of yesterday also, I heard it, and what I am understanding is that your main problem is with the thought process, and by thought process means, y- I just put it this way: you're more into negativity than positivity,
Yeah.
and I think you and this I understand with this quite well, because negativity is it's a vicious cycle essentially, and it pushes you into a vicious cycle, and it wouldn't help much. So you have to actively do things to break that vicious cycle. So you have to find a way of stopping yourself. As soon as you start going towards negativity, you stop yourself, pull yourself back towards positivity. So the best thing is, surround yourself by positive people. Look for things that make you happy.
Okay.
Focus on happiness. You know, try to focus more on positive things essentially. There are a lot of things that give people pleasure. Look for something, maybe it's a game you enjoy, play that game. Maybe it's music you enjoy, listen to that music. Something, anything small that takes your mind away from the negative thoughts. Now, this feeling of worthlessness, feeling of being not good at all this is rubbish. All this is rubbish. You have to actively tell yourself every day that I am good, I am very good, and In my position, I'm the best. This is the way Allah Ta'ala created me, and I'm one of the best of His creations. All human beings are the best of Allah Ta'ala's creations. So you tell
Mm.
yourself this all the time
Mm-hmm.
that I am one of Allah Ta'ala's best creation, and I am the best the way I am. And you try to uplift your mood that way. Don't
And I think
focus on this. And remember also that nobody is perfect. There are
most importantly, you have to remind yourself that no one has that place or that power to tell you that you are worthless. If anybody
exactly.
thinks they are the wrong kind of people in your life, and you need to eliminate them, remove them from your life because they are the negative entity in your life.
It was one of my boss who said that you need to change your thought process. That actually made me
Yeah.
very worried about myself. That there must be something wrong with me.
No, it's not. No, there's nothing wrong with you. No, most of the times, it's a point you made earlier. Also, it's the socio-cultural conditioning we undergo. You know, and then
Yes,
again,
social background is.
relocating from another area where you were born and brought up, this it's a cultural shock sort of. And
Hmm.
I can identify with that because those of us who are born and brought up in other countries, we get caught between two cultures. You cannot integrate fully in either of the two cultures. For instance,
Very.
okay, I was born and brought up in Nigeria and Africa. I stay here, and then I feel like an alien in Pakistan.
Hmm.
you know and sorry to say this, but yes, there is a lot of element of racism sort of. How else do I describe it? A xenophobic sentiment is there
Hmm.
in Pakistanis, and yes, this concept also is there. Arey, ye to bahar se aaya. These people are from outside. They are
Hmm.
foreigners. That, oh, they are overseas
Hmm.
Pakistanis.
Yeah,
So
so they tend to
yes,
stigmatize us with
they
this
tend
kind
to
of
stigmatize
don't
you.
belong
They
or we
tend
are
to
off.
yes, and so it's part of the socio-cultural conditioning also. You know, our
Yeah, that
Okay.
society is like our society is like that. So now the main challenge comes back to you. It's in your thought process. So the first and most important thing you remember, you cannot please everybody. You can never please people. People will always find a fault with you. If you do something good, why did you do it good? If you do something bad, of course you are the worst person. So you have to first remove this idea that you have to please somebody. No, you can't please anybody. You focus more on your own happiness. What gives you happiness? Always learn to place yourself, your emotional health, yourself first. I'm not saying be
Okay.
selfish. No, I don't mean it in that sense. But learn to put yourself first because nobody else would think about you. Your family may be there for you, they would rally around there for you and all that. But when it comes to very personal things, nobody else can sit down and think for you. You have to be able to take care of yourself.
Okay.
So, so you have to. So these are two important things that I want you to do. First, each time you start falling into this negative cycle, you break it. You break it by thinking of positive thoughts. Any positive thoughts, you latch on to those positive thoughts and keep
Okay.
thinking positive. Okay. Never let any thought of worthlessness come in your mind at all. Everybody is created perfect as he is. This whole
Yeah.
concept of comparing with others and all, it's societal. Everyone in their own place, in their own situation, are perfect. So
Okay, what would you suggest in terms of jobs for such people that are struggling with this kind of like problem, stress, and anxiety?
And culture shock.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah. So for this kind of, for him, like, okay, an office job may not be the best unless you have managed to control most of your anxiety symptoms, unless you're okay mingling with people. Because when it's very severe, the moment you're surrounded by more than, you're outside your comfort zone, you feel the symptoms coming on. So for you, probably the best sort of job would be something you do from your own comfort zone, from maybe an online job, a home based job.
Or a business you own yourself where you do not feel pressure to please someone and you are in charge.
Yes, exactly. Yes,
Maybe something like that, you know?
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is, well, this is a suggestion. So something like, your online work is good, but you see, in something like digital marketing, where you're working with deadlines, you should avoid jobs that give you deadlines and are so, how do I say, where you need to be very aggressive at them. No, you want something that you would do at your own pace.
Okay.
And if that is something like, a business would be good, if you have the resources, and start a business of your own. Then eh, but then again, here another issue comes in. Even if you do a business of your own, it's trust issues are there. It is very difficult for you to trust people.
Yes.
But in that, what I would like to say is that look, in any business, it's not just about trust. There's a risk in every business you do. So keep your mind open. I think it's more about being open up to like taking chances, you know, but do not judge yourself if it does not work out right. It's not your fault. Okay, do not start playing the blame game on yourself. Try to give
Yeah.
yourself some slack.
So I
I think
think the
some
jobs that are related to technology.
yeah, you
Do
can do something
technology,
related to me.
do something technology related. And like, now that because of the COVID also and all that, there are a lot of movement restrictions and all that. So online businesses are booming. Think of doing something online.
Have the thought process for doing an online business. Since my thought process is already uh, distorted, so how am I going to solve any problem?
So you see, that is where we are going. First of all, okay, take it in stages. First of all, work on your thought process. Try to work on your thought process. Break this cycle of negativity. Learn to break the cycle of negativity, because that is what is affecting your thought process.
Okay.
Eh, Okay, so don't rush into doing anything right now. But for your kind of personality and for your kind of problem, yes, an office job may not be the best for now. For now, later on, you can. And
So
for
how
you,
do I
the best
think?
option I feel would be something from your comfort zone. Just so that you don't sit idle, I suggested an online job, but preferably one that doesn't have deadlines and all that, so that you don't feel pressured. But that aside, you have to consciously work on your thought process. And as I said, see, there's another thing. You have to understand that if you think everything is difficult or everything is impossible, then everything is impossible. You have to change that attitude. You can do everything. They say, where there is a will, there is a way. So if you have the
Uh,
will to achieve something, you can definitely achieve it. And as I
Okay.
said, nobody is worthless, nobody is imperfect, everybody is perfect in their own way.
Okay.
You get it? And this fear of failure, you have to eliminate that also.
Failure is necessary. Failure is part of life, Omar. You can't
Exactly.
avoid it.
If you
So embrace it.
fail, it's only to succeed. You understand? It's only when you know failure, you know what success is like.
Very true. Very true. It's just like when we were kids, you know, if we fell down, we still got up and ran again because we knew we had to learn how to run and walk. You can't just give up. So even in life, in everything we do, we have failures, we have successes, but it doesn't mean we should give up if we fail.
Yes,
So, so,
exactly.
so how do I eradicate this fear of technology or jobs like digital marketing?
That
Because
you tell
I was
yourself nothing is difficult. First, you tell yourself nothing is difficult. If I really want to do this, I can do it.
Exactly.
okay, okay,
That's good.
So that these are the few things. There was another point I was trying to make and I skipped my mind. When I remember, I'll tell you again.
sure, sure.
And it had to do with social, like acceptance, our social cultural
Yes,
acceptance.
it had to do with the social cultural aspect. Now, you see,
Oh,
as I said, you cannot please people, and you
yeah,
have to
exactly.
eliminate the toxic people in your life. When you recognize that, okay, a friend or a relative is provoking the negativity in me, bringing out the negative thoughts, then that person has to be cut out of my life. I don't need that person around me. So,
So is
so
that
you don't need to be
family?
rude, you don't need to be offensive, but you just tactically withdraw from that person's company.
Yes, and one more
You
thing I would like to
limit your
add here, Umar, is that sometimes even our family members can be negative entities in our life. Sometimes they can also be a reason for our losing faith in ourselves or feeling
they can,
oppressed or judged.
yes, yes.
Doctors always
And
advise him to if there is a
you see with
situation like
the family, you see with the family, it becomes difficult. It becomes difficult because in our culture, families are all very closely knit and this and that. And elders have, the moment you say something, they get offended and all that. So these issues are there, but you still have to find a way of tactically keeping your space, your peace. You need that.
Yeah.
You need that. You know. So the first step, at least in your family being supportive, it's a very good thing for you. But you now take it the next step by establishing your boundaries. You establish your boundaries in the sense that people cannot cross this limit. They cannot encroach into this personal space of yours. And by that personal space, it's not just your personal physical space, even your emotional space. You don't allow people to encroach anyhow.
Umar, I
Okay.
hope it's helpful for you so far. I hope we have been able to give you some answers.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay, because I think our podcast is coming to an end now.
Okay.
So before we go, is there anything you would like to say?
No, I'm pretty much sure I'm quite covered here.
Okay, that's good. And doctor, any final words for the listeners?
No, not really. I hope I was able to help him out a little bit. I said
Yeah,
made
if
sense.
No, it was really
yeah,
helpful.
Our listeners mainly see those who have this kind of problem. This is definitely a problem. Mental health is a major issue and it's increasingly becoming an issue, especially in the newer generations. And
yeah,
but the major problem with our society, Pakistan especially, is the stigma. It still carries a major stigma. And
very
this
true.
is wrong. This is wrong. It doesn't
Yeah.
help.
So basically, I think our
Doesn't
youth
help.
should be advised and counseled on how to not be so racist or to be like so judgmental about the Pakistanis that are moving in from abroad. Not to treat them wrongly or try to outsmart them, and it kind of has negative consequences on us emotionally and mentally, and it can have like very lasting impacts, which is not good for anyone.
It's a sort of bullying if you look at it that way. If
Yeah.
it just
And I think we should advise our youth to refrain from this because unknowingly, even if it is in childishness or for the sake of fun, you're actually destroying someone's life. So be
exactly,
cautious, responsible, and love each other because we are all from the same family. Our nation is a whole big family. We are all each other's brothers or sisters, or we are somehow related, even if it is just on the basis of humanity. So we should look out for each other instead of belittling one another. And I
yes.
think
Yep.
that is what we would like to end it with. So please subscribe to our channel and send in your questions and queries, and we look forward to helping you in future as well. Bye bye.